Today we're going to talk about open-world games that can be played regardless of the platform you're on. From PC to console and even mobile, these games break down barriers and bring players together. So, grab your controllers, and let's explore the best open-world cross-platform games. Dauntless is a free-to-play online action RPG developed by Phoenix Labs. Set in a world plagued by ferocious behemoths, players take on the role of slayers, brave warriors tasked with hunting down and defeating these powerful creatures. The game offers a variety of weapons and armor to craft, each with unique abilities and playstyles, allowing players to customize their characters to suit their preferences. One of the standout features of Dauntless is its cooperative multiplayer mode, which allows players to team up with friends or other players online to take down behemoths together. With its fast-paced combat, engaging progression system, and frequent updates adding new content, Dauntless has garnered a dedicated player base and remains a popular choice for fans of the action RPG genre. One of the biggest launches of 2024 that took the world by storm was Palworld, a Pokemon-like survival open-world game with guns. It spins the familiar Pokemon-like setting and turns it into a survival experience you can be a part of with friends. Playing Palworld with other players elevates the experience and is appropriate for almost all ages. It will most likely improve with time and keep getting better once it's out of early access. The fame of this game is well-deserved when you consider how many people have wanted a game like this for so long. Diablo, Immortal is an upcoming action role-playing game in the Diablo series, designed for mobile devices. Set between the events of Diablo 2 and Diablo 3, the game explores the aftermath of the destruction of the World Stone and the rise of new threats in Sanctuary. Players will embark on an epic journey, battling demons, exploring dungeons, and uncovering the mysteries of the Diablo universe. With its immersive gameplay, rich storyline, and stunning visuals, Diablo, Immortal promises to deliver a compelling Diablo experience on mobile platforms. It's been over a decade since Warframe first hit virtual shelves and, despite a noticeable lack of confidence from publishers in the industry at the time, it has gone on to become one of the most popular games in the multiple genres it spans across. Players take control of space ninjas known as Tenno in a far-off future that blends gun and melee combat with spectacular movement and procedurally generated levels. The game also features vast open-world areas in which to engage with other players, as well as PvE co-op and a PvP element via an area known as the Conclave. Though it didn't launch with any form of crossplay, it's now possible to play the game with players on any console or PC after the feature was added at the beginning of 2022. Forza Horizon 5 is the latest installment in the critically acclaimed Forza Horizon series, known for its open-world racing gameplay and stunning graphics. Set in Mexico, the game offers players a vast and diverse landscape to explore, from deserts and jungles to bustling cities and ancient ruins. With its dynamic weather system, customizable cars, and seamless online multiplayer, Forza Horizon 5 is shaping up to be the ultimate open-world racing experience. Microtransactions have no place in a full-priced console game, but they do make sense to some degree in a free-to-play gacha game like Genshin Impact. Genshin Impact is an action role-playing game with heavy online and gacha elements. Its art style, gameplay, and open world will quickly remind new players of recent The Legend of Zelda games like Tears of the Kingdom. Genshin Impact's community is robust and passionate, so it isn't tough to get help and find people to play with. With others or alone, there's plenty to do in Genshin Impact, and its cross-play functionality ensures its world is always populated. Redfall is an upcoming open-world first-person shooter from Arcane Austin, the studio behind the Dishonored series. Set on the island of Redfall, players will face off against a legion of vampires who have taken over the island. Players can choose from a diverse cast of characters, each with their own unique abilities, as they work together to eliminate the vampire threat and save the island. With its immersive world, engaging gameplay, and cooperative multiplayer, Redfall promises to deliver a fresh take on the vampire genre. Riders Republic is an upcoming extreme sports game that allows players to participate in a variety of outdoor sports, including skiing, snowboarding, biking, and wingsuit flying. Set in a vast open-world environment inspired by real-world locations such as Bryce Canyon and Zion National Park, the game offers players the chance to explore, compete, and socialize with other players. With its stunning graphics, realistic physics, and adrenaline-pumping gameplay, Riders Republic is poised to be a thrilling experience for fans of extreme sports. Blizzard has had a very up-and-down few years, and the arrival of Diablo 4 was, for some, supposed to mark the start of a new and more positive era for the company. Anticipation for the game was off the charts, and what fans got was a very good ARPG that perhaps hasn't reached the heights that it should yet. The third game in the series also suffered from intense issues on release that were gradually ironed out and patched into oblivion. What players were left with was a post-Reaper of Souls world in which they finally got the Diablo game they deserved. With a very healthy player base and extensive cross-play opportunities, there is every chance that could happen again. As a game, Street Fighter VI might seem to be the more sanitized cousin of the Mortal Kombat series, but as the true OG of the fighting genre, it does remain at the top of the tree. With over 7 years between this and the last game, fans had a long time to wait, but when it did eventually arrive in the middle of 2023, there was almost nothing to be disappointed with aside from some inevitable balancing issues. Though it does have an impressive single-player campaign, the focus on multiplayer is clear with cross-play available between consoles and PC and support for up to 16 players. It's nothing new as Capcom has utilized cross-play since the PS3 and Vita versions of Street Fighter X Tekken in 2012. SF6 is full of casual options are there for those who just want to have fun, and competitive paths are hugely populated and rewarding for those willing to put the time in. If 2023 was the year of the fighting game, SF6 led the charge, and with new characters coming fast and furious, there is sure to be a character for everyone. Valheim is an open-world survival game developed by Iron Gate Studio. Set in a procedurally generated world inspired by Norse mythology, players take on the role of a Viking warrior who has been tasked by the gods to prove their worth and earn a place in Valhalla. In Valheim, players must gather resources, craft tools and weapons, build shelters, and explore the world to survive and thrive. The game features a day-night cycle and dynamic weather, which affect gameplay and the behavior of creatures in the world. One of the key features of Valheim is its cooperative multiplayer mode, which allows players to team up with friends to explore, build, and battle together. The game's world is vast and filled with challenges, including powerful bosses known as Forsaken, which require teamwork and strategy to defeat. Valheim has been praised for its beautiful visuals, atmospheric world, and engaging gameplay, making it a standout title in the survival genre. Sea of Thieves has become a surprisingly long-lasting live-service game. After an underwhelming initial release, the game has attracted a wide fan base due to its compelling core gameplay loop, tie-ins to other pirate media, and a constant stream of new content. Sea of Thieves crossplay ensures there are always many players to interact with. Some players prefer Sea of Thieves as a more solo experience, seeing other players as a distraction or a threat to their single-player sailing. However, many more enjoy the interplay between its player versus environment and player versus player gameplay. Sea of Thieves isn't on PlayStation yet, but Xbox and PC players have the option to share the game world with the other platforms' players. Far Cry 6 is an open-world first-person shooter developed by Ubisoft. Set in the fictional Caribbean island nation of Yara, players take on the role of Danny Rojas, a guerrilla fighter attempting to overthrow the oppressive regime of dictator Anton Castillo, played by Giancarlo Esposito. In Far Cry 6, players can explore the vast open world of Yara, which is divided into different regions, each controlled by a different faction loyal to Castillo. Players can engage in a variety of activities, including side missions, exploration, and combat against enemies. One of the key features of Far Cry 6 is its dynamic gameplay, which allows players to approach missions and combat encounters in multiple ways. Players can choose to use stealth, weapons, vehicles, or even recruit allies to help them achieve their objectives. Far Cry 6 has been praised for its stunning visuals, engaging story, and the freedom it offers players to explore and interact with its world. Barely scraping onto this list thanks to its support for players who want to team up with friends on the older generation of the same console line, Elden Ring is every bit the game that its reception suggested. Perhaps slightly unusual in the way it approaches multiplayer, the system feels more at home here than it did in other From Software games like Dark Souls. Players can leave messages behind for others to discover, and it's frankly a godsend to be able to summon another body to help with some of the game's more notoriously difficult boss fights. Minecraft Dungeons is an action-adventure game set in the Minecraft universe. Developed by Mojang Studios, the game features a new story separate from the original Minecraft game, focusing on a group of heroes who must defeat the evil Archillager and his army of monsters. In Minecraft Dungeons, players can explore procedurally generated dungeons filled with enemies, traps, and loot. Players can choose from different character classes, each with its own unique abilities and playstyles, and can upgrade their characters with new weapons, armor, and artifacts. One of the key features of Minecraft Dungeons is its cooperative multiplayer mode, which allows up to 4 players to team up online or locally to tackle dungeons together. The game also features a robust progression system, allowing players to unlock new abilities and upgrade their gear as they progress. Need for Speed Unbound is a fictional game title and does not exist. If you meant another game, please let me know. The Battle Royale genre benefits heavily from crossplay. Each round of a Battle Royale usually requires dozens of people, sometimes as many as 100. As a result, it gets games going quickly if the title can be picked from the combined list of players. Call of Duty, Warzone 2.0 throws players on PC, PlayStation, and Xbox into the same fight for survival. Call of Duty, Warzone 2.0 is free to play, but that doesn't detract from its quality. It's a well-crafted and fast-paced shooter that combines Battle Royale mechanics with the series' trademark gunplay. Its cross-platform matchmaking ensures there are almost always tens of thousands of players online. No Man's Sky has gone from one of gaming's most infamous misfires to a surprising success story. Developers Hello Games have worked on the game since its release to add many of the originally promised features and much more. One of No Man's Sky's biggest changes is the addition of multiplayer. No Man's Sky works perfectly fine as a single-player game. However, its multiplayer has been greatly expanded following a lackluster beginning. Now, players can explore the galaxy together in large groups. No Man's Sky players can join others' games regardless of platform, although console players have to play in smaller groups than PC players. Avatar: Frontiers of Pandora is an action-adventure game developed by Massive Entertainment and published by Ubisoft. Set in the universe of James Cameron's Avatar film series, the game takes players to the alien world of Pandora, where they will experience a new story in the franchise's rich and immersive world. In Avatar: Frontiers of Pandora, players will explore the beautiful and dangerous world of Pandora, encountering its unique flora and fauna, as well as the indigenous Nausicaa people. Players will take on the role of a Nausicaa warrior fighting to protect their homeland from the encroachment of human colonizers. Final Fantasy XIV is one of the most successful modern MMORPGs. Its status has only risen from its dubious beginnings. Final Fantasy XIV, A Realm Reborn, has won consistent critical acclaim. Many of its expansions, such as Heaven's Ward or Endwalker, have won awards in their own right. The best part is that there's a free trial for Final Fantasy XIV that allows players to play through the base A Realm Reborn through the Stormblood expansion. Final Fantasy XIV has crossplay between PS4, PS5, PC, and now Xbox Series XS. This crossplay is not optional, as the game only has integrated servers. It also has cross-progression, with players able to use the same account and characters on PC and PS4 alike. Final Fantasy XIV is one of the best cross-play games as is, but with Xbox now able to participate, it's only going to get better. Fortnite is almost inescapable in pop culture. It's been one of the world's most popular games for several years running, with a large and consistent fan base. Its regular content updates and pop culture crossovers ensure there's always something for players to enjoy. Fortnite has allowed crossplay for a long time, helping its gargantuan player base have even more people to compete with. This crossplay is optional, with players able to turn it off if they choose. When on, it lets players form teams with and go up against players on almost any of the game's platforms. Tower of Fantasy is an upcoming action RPG developed by Hada Studio. Set in a fantasy world with a mix of modern and ancient elements, the game features a unique art style and a richly detailed world for players to explore. In Tower of Fantasy, players will embark on an epic journey to uncover the mysteries of the tower, a massive structure that looms over the landscape. Along the way, players will encounter a variety of characters, creatures, and challenges as they fight to uncover the truth behind the tower's existence. The game features a dynamic combat system that allows players to switch between different weapons and abilities on the fly, as well as a deep character customization system that lets players tailor their playstyle to their liking. With its stunning visuals, engaging gameplay, and immersive world, Tower of Fantasy promises to be an exciting new addition to the action RPG genre. Despite going through many ups and downs since it was released back in 2017, Destiny 2 still has a lot going for it. With Bungie seemingly stuck trying to decide what they want the future of the game to be as they prepare to enter the final shape, it's left up to the player base to create unique and memorable experiences. This is something they have been able to do in spades in the past. From raids and dungeons to PvP, Destiny 2 is one of the most complete and varied games in the genre. This is only helped by active communities where new and old players can find awesome new team members to play with as they take part in a memorable and expansive universe. With things rapidly approaching a climax of sorts and extensive cross-play options between platforms, it could be one of the better times in the game's history to get involved. Switch, PS5. PS4, Xbox Series X, S, Xbox One and PC. Hogwarts Legacy is an upcoming action RPG set in the wizarding world of Harry Potter. Developed by Portkey Games, the game takes place in the 1800s, long before the events of the Harry Potter books and films, and allows players to experience life as a student at Hogwarts School of Witchcraft and Wizardry. In Hogwarts Legacy, players will create their own character and embark on a journey to discover the secrets of Hogwarts and the wider wizarding world. Along the way, they will attend classes, learn spells, brew potions, and duel with other students, all while uncovering a dark and dangerous conspiracy that threatens to tear the magical world apart. The game promises to deliver an immersive and expansive experience, allowing players to explore Hogwarts and its surrounding areas, interact with iconic characters from the Harry Potter series, and shape their own destiny in the wizarding world. Minecraft is one of the biggest games of all time, with its sales surpassing other entire acclaimed series. It's been revolutionary in pop culture several times over and attracted an enduring player base. As beloved as Minecraft's single player is, many enjoy playing it with their friends in a shared world. Minecraft is made for crossplay. Other versions like Minecraft Java Edition are limited to specific platforms. However, with its primary console and PC version, players can play with others on any platform. It does require an Xbox Live account, however, even for players on PlayStation. So, did you like the games I recommended? So leave your like, subscribe to the channel to follow me and activate the bell because I post a lot of videos on this channel and you can't miss it. Thank you very much for following me this far and until next time, bye.